Today we're going to look at this question. In the protein sequence below, highlight or indicate the bond or bonds that will be broken during hydrolysis of this pentapeptide. Next, draw each individual amino acid that resulted from being hydrolyzed. So first thing you want to do for this question is you want to be able to identify the N-terminus and the C-terminus of the peptide. So the N-terminus, N stands for nitrogen, is going to be on your far left side. Your C-terminus is going to be on your far right side. C stands for carboxylic acid. So N-terminus, okay, and C-terminus. After that, you want to remember the sequence of nitrogen and carbon along the peptide. This will make it easier to identify when you are at a amino acid and you have moved on to the next amino acid. So what this looks like is nitrogen, carbon, carbon, nitrogen, carbon, carbon, nitrogen, carbon, carbon, so on and so on. And every time you get to the new nitrogen, you have a peptide bond. And so let's take a look at our pentapeptide. So you have nitrogen, carbon, carbon, and then you're going to have a peptide bond. And here you go. Nitrogen, carbon, carbon, new amino acid. Nitrogen, carbon, carbon, peptide bond. Nitrogen, carbon, carbon. And let's get rid of these red circles so we can see where our peptide bonds are located. We have 4 peptide bonds here. Okay, and so that satisfies the first part of this question. Now we want to go through and we want to draw each individual amino acid that resulted from being hydrolyzed, and we're going to name them. So let me clear out some space here. All right, so the first one, you have nitrogen, you have your carbon, and you have 2 hydrogens bound to it. That's why it looks like there is no R group, because it's 2 hydrogens. And then amino acid number 2, you have your nitrogen group, and then you have hydrogen, and you have this long, beautiful benzene ring with a hydroxide group on the end of it. And then you have a carboxylic acid. Mess that line up. Then you have a carboxylic acid here. And then the next one, your hydrogen with your nitrogen group. Okay, and now you're going to have, that's going to be this one here. You have carboxylic acid on the end for the R group. And then you have another carboxylic acid. So that one's satisfied. Now let's look at this one here. That's going to have its nitrogen group, carbon, hydrogen, carbon. I'm just going to put it in real quick because they don't change on that one. And then you have this structure here. Oops, let me draw that better. Okay, and then that satisfies this amino acid, and then we have the last amino acid to draw. So you have your nitrogen with your hydrogens, goes into, I'm going to draw the line going up, goes into a carbon with the hydrogen. Then you have your carboxylic acid group, and then you're going to have a beta carbon with a hydroxide on the end. Okay, so this first amino acid is glycine. And I know this from the R group has the 2 hydrogen. This next R group is tyrosine. or this next amino acid is tyrosine. This amino acid is aspartic acid. Okay, and then this next one is leucine. And this last one is serine. And that's it. That's it for this question. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer them for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.